You see, perspective in this life is all about perspective, not to be what do you call too negative about it. Now we all know that Jane Fonda in the States has been despised since her activism, the Hanoi Jane situation when she went to a gun turret and slapped her hands in glee. The North Vietnamese who were trying to shoot down American planes. But in Canada, our relationship with her has been terrible from the start. Not only did she run around with Donald Sutherland, our best Canadian actor, around the time of Clute, not sure how that worked out with Shirley Douglas. And of course, we all know that Tommy Douglas, the former leader of the CCF and NDP, Shirley was his daughter, probably one of the most important political figures. So why would Jane Fonda be fucking Tommy Douglas's son-in-law and think that's going to bring out good activism in Canada? We've despised her in many different ways, have nothing to do with her political situation. What it does have to do is this. Her major controversy through the years was her support of the Atlanta Braves in the 92 World Series. She was shown on Canadian TV and on international TV looking skyward and praying against the Toronto Blue Jays so that the Atlanta Braves would win, because obviously Ted Turner, or Paramore at the time, owned the Braves. Now, she could do anything she wanted. Like I said, she's always done what she wanted. I'm not in her category because I'm an independent journalist, and she's basically a movie star that has no censor. She was attending TIFF many years ago, and journalists were told before asking questions in a round table not to ask about the 92 praying incident. One of my journalistic colleagues in Canada decided to ask the question. He said, "Do you feel sorry for what you did in 92? And she basically said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Well, he said, "We saw you on national TV praying against the Toronto Blue Jays so the Braves would win." Well, he said that was not what I was doing. See, Jane Fonda has dabbled in born-again Christianity, and a lot of people in Canada who were respecting her for that stopped respecting her because basically the video is there, she's looking skyward. This was another Daniel Bouchard incident. We're talking about the situation where in 1982 he told the Quebec Press that God chose him to beat the Montreal Canadiens in their NHL playoff series. Homie, don't play that. So any American listening to this, Hanoi Jane, bullshit, whatever, you can dislike her for a different reason. And she's been very pro-environmental, saying she was disappointed with Justin Trudeau and the various liberals and good-looking liberals or whatever that. Just bullshit. Jane Fonda wouldn't know how to deal with the press in Canada if it slapped her in the face directly. She has no idea how much she's despised for the fracture she's brought into Canadian media, Canadian press, Canadian sports. I know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people had no idea about this Hanoi Jane bullshit in Canada until she prayed against the Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series. That's very unique. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you hate Jane Fonda, you're not alone. I don't hate her. I think she's basically full of shit because she didn't know how to stop herself from being a public embarrassment. She had a lot of followers in Canada. She worked with a lot of Canadian actors. She slept with a lot of us. And here she's praying against, and this was what, 32 years ago? We still talk about it. I think this is the fourth podcast of doing that. Never trust an entertainer to take a common sense approach in relation to anything. Jane Fonda, you need to apologize still to Canada for praying against the Toronto Blue Jays in 92. And I haven't seen a movie of yours since. And anytime you come on TV, I turn the channel because I still see you, looking skyward, And funny, God's Field of Sky Dome, we used to open the roof so God could look in and watch the Blue Jays play so well. Pretty freaky. So Jane Fonda, Toronto Blue Jays, not a good relationship. And with Canada, a distant memory of success. And Barbarella was boring. Most of the movies that Jane Fonda's done, they're boring. Okay? That's my opinion. Have you not seen her early work and her work in the 1960s? Boring. Have a good one. Bye.